What's up everybody? In this video I want to give you a senseonics update. We're going to go over the chart and some recent news that I think is pretty big. But first off, let's go over the news and then we'll look at the chart and let's get started. And this was news a couple of days ago. It dropped on February 12th, but Medicare coverage has significantly expanded for senseonics ever since E3 CGM, or continuous glucose monitoring device. And coverage has now been expanded for these CGMs to include all people with diabetes using insulin, whereas before the requirement was multiple administrations of insulin per day. And the policy has also been updated to cover non-insulin users. And Noridian, Palmetto, and National Government Services are the first three MACs, or Medicare Administrative Contractors, to publish Final Local Coverage Determinations, or LCD. This earliest MAC expansion becomes effective February 25, and the remaining MACs should finalize their expansion in the near future. Now we do have a quote from a representative of Essentia, and I quote, "Ever since E3 is a truly unique technology and optionality is key in diabetes care, where what works for one person does not always work for all. In particular, our Medicare users love that this twice-yearly CGM offers them unparalleled reliability and flexibility without the burden of regular self-insertions and the constant reordering of supplies. And it's important that people with diabetes have the same access to the benefits of a fully implantable long-term CGM as they do to traditional CGMs that have a much shorter lifespan, and so we're thrilled to see this expansion." But the Eversense E3 is the longest lasting CGM available, with up to a 6-month sensor wear duration and 2 sensor insertion and removal procedures each year. It is also the only CGM with a removable transmitter which can be taken on or off without wasting a sensor or adding a warm-up period. And the only CGM with predictive on-body alerts to never miss a critical event, especially at night while sleeping or when you're away from your phone. But I do think this is some quite good news for senseonics, and it could be partly why we've been running up on the chart. Expanded Medicare coverage means increasing opportunities for revenue, meaning more sales for their CGM. Now I did want to show you guys senseonics on the chart, and while it is great, we're seeing some nice good green days, good recovery days. One thing that we still haven't seen yet is a golden cross of the 50 and the 200 MA. There were times that it got close, but then the rally petered off and we didn't see that golden cross. Now, if we can continue to see some positive price appreciation, some positive momentum, there's a chance that we finally see that golden cross. And also, there's the potential that this is an accumulation zone. This has been the most sideways senseonics has been trading since back in 2021 when everything was rallying. And you'll see from August till now we've been range bound, just chopping along, quite sideways. Looks a lot similar to this area, doesn't it, before our huge run, before the huge bull run. What I'd really like to see for senseonics is a break of 75 cents. It would show that we're creating new recent highs, but we have been seeing some good momentum on growing volume. However, we are approaching overbought on the daily, so keep an eye on this potential pattern, this kind of a broadening wedge pattern. And if we do start pulling back, look for a test of the 50 MA, right around this 57 to 60 cent area. But the moving averages are not yet curling up, so that's one thing I'm looking for. And if we don't head up towards 70 cents here, we are probably going to get rejected in this area and head back towards the roughly 50 to 60 cent range where we can test our 50 MA and potentially bounce on this broadening pattern. Senseonics does have earnings coming up in roughly a month from now, and they are expecting a record quarter where revenue is concerned. And what I think is going to be really important is listening to the call and seeing what kind of an impact this new expanded coverage will provide for senseonics in selling its CGM. How many more customers or patients does this unlock for senseonics with this expanded coverage? I think that's going to be really important to listen to on the call, and they will go over it. But I do like senseonics stock. I do hold a position in it. And this just continues to show that they have that potential to grow their revenue. Seeing expanded coverage means potentially seeing more sales, contributing to their top line. But thanks for watching, guys. Let me know what you think about senseonics, and let me know if there's any other small cap stocks you want me to look at.